right, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome to Money Monday. I'm like, I'm always trying to everyone picks on me about the ums. So I'm always working on the ums, and I think I'm better now than I was a month ago or 2 months ago. But I'm also working on not starting every pre-market prep with, wow, so much going on. But it's hard. It's hard to not start it that way. That being said, just before we get started, my personal Instagram, TBOHEN, only one account. I have no backup accounts. I have no alternate accounts. That is the only account. Follow me there. The biggest reason I'm asking you is so that then you'll know it's my account. Over the weekend, holy crap, the impersonators and the scammers, man, those guys, I'll compliment these scammers. They busted ass this weekend, man. They were after everybody. Sunday morning, I got up and I bet you I had 100 plus DMs at least from people like, is this your account? Is this your account? So hat tip to the scammers for putting in the hard work on the weekend, and I hope you both rot in hell. Well, I don't know if there's more than, I don't know, there's probably, I say both like there's two guys, there's probably 100 of them. But anyway, I hope you rot in hell, scammers, for all of eternity, and I hope Santa Claus brings you a brick of coal. That being said, I am doing the 12 days of Christmas on my personal Instagram. What I'm going to do over the next 12 days into Christmas is I'm just going to be highlighting free or like really cheap trading resources. So basically, my way of giving back to you on the 12 days of Christmas is each day I'm going to highlight something that's either free, or very inexpensive. All right, let's get to work. Airbnb, baby. How is it doing today? Anything? So, standard approach to IPOs. Standard. We really only have one approach to IPOs. We look for breakouts. And that may sound oversimplified, but listen, if you think, oh, look for breakouts, that's too simple. I want a more complicated strategy. Go and look at like 9 out of 10 of the most recent IPOs. 9 out of 10 of the most recent IPOs will spike day one, they'll pull back, and then days or weeks later, they'll break out, put in multi-day, multi-week moves, consolidate. It's like, the IPOs, and keep in mind, I'm not saying every one of them, but 9 out of 10, they spike big that first day, they pull back, consolidate, they break out, spike, consolidate, break out, and it just repeats. And what you're looking for, right now, we're right there on Airbnb. Okay, this is, 12-14. What you're looking for is that right there. And again, I know it sounds really simple, but it's worked over and over and over again this year on any hot IPO, and Airbnb's a hot IPO. Vuru! Not super low float, but man, this is exact price action we look for on that dip and rip. And I tell you, it's getting to the point where I think because of the volume we have, I think I need to raise my standards for what is low float. It used to be, and here we go again, Tim talking about the olden days before electricity and indoor plumbing. It used to be, we'd be like, 50 million float, man, I don't know. But there's just so much volume these days. So This is 100% dip and rip, and this is 100% that price action we like to see. So, I mean, in essence, I'm going to draw exactly what I drew for Airbnb. I mean, you got that big move Friday. It consolidates in after hours and in pre-market, breaks out. Now it's consolidating. We're looking for that breakout. 1150. And if 1150 goes, Viru had solid news. 9 million shares traded at 8:30 a.m. Same pattern we look for. Classic dip and rip. But the recipe is there. Thoughts on Kriz? Man, I tell you. So if you were here Friday, if you know, I was like, oh man, I spent a lot of time Friday morning on Kriz. Now the move never came. Remember, the move we were looking for was that, that breakout move on Kriz. Never came. Basically 9. So you can go back and watch pre-market prep from Friday. I talked about this a lot. Move never came. Plan kept us safe. Okay? Defense is a position. But I tell you what, please. If, let's say this is the only pre-market prep you can be on, you're busy the rest of the week, I'm telling you this, do not forget about Kriz. This is, now I might be wrong, but this just reeks of an impending short squeeze. So, keep Kriz on watch until it dies. Now, if it breaks down below 6, dead meat, ignore it. But do not forget about Kriz this week. INSG, love this stock, man. This is one, I did in the Steady Trade team. We do the worksheets I talk about a lot. Man, we did one on this back in January when it broke out. We did one back in early spring when it broke out. I mean, this stock, what I love about this stock, look at that move in April. It's doing the same thing right now. It's getting ready to break a double top. Crazy volume on INSG. So, remember, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Okay, what did it do there? Broke the double top and spikes from 10 to 15. Let me undo that one. So, you got the move there. 40% move, roughly, in a week. What do you got happening right now? If this can break that, and you got this. Look at that volume. Highest volume in a year. That's highest volume in a year on Friday. If this can break, let me jump back to my chart. So this breaks 15, we're already above 15, sorry. So if this holds above 15, so actually I made a mistake. So anyway, it already broke 15. So in that instance, what are we looking for today? VWAP hold afternoon break. So considering this is already blew through this morning, that standard afternoon pattern in a stock with good news and a breakout. So this is in the ebook, and I promise the ebook will be out very, very soon. Now, if you were here, you got your free copy. But anyway, if you got a free copy of the ebook, this is that 2 p.m. VWAP hold high at daybreak on a stock breaking 52s with good news, and it's a hot sector. I mean, INSG is a hot sector as well. So you're looking for that afternoon break, and I mean, market's crazy strong this morning, and then you're risking VWAP. So you risk if because as I always say, every setup, or I should say, no setup is guaranteed. We focus on what I believe to be the highest probability setups. Nothing is 100%. That's why we have a stop. We love to use VWAP for that indicator as to whether the buyers or sellers are in control, and gives us clear risk to reward. Again, maybe you're risking 50 cents a share, depending on where it is in the afternoon. I don't have a crystal ball, for a goal of like $1.50 or something. That's very manageable, very realistic risk to reward. So, man. So as always, guys, I answer as many questions as I can. I got to as many as I could. My main watches are probably Viru in the early, and then INSG late, ANPC low float du jour. Jesus Christ, end of breakout. So ANBC, they just keep coming. ANPC low float du jour. In the wise words of Dumb and Dumber, what's the soup of the day? Or what's the soup du jour? It's the soup of the day. That sounds good. I'll have some of that. ANPC, classic, dip and rip, low float stock, high volume, breaking out. As of right now, the entry would be 10. And then set risk methodology. So, breakout, buy at 10, then set risk methodology. For stop and go. You don't know what the set risk methodology is? It's a technique that we use, or I shouldn't say technique. It's a strategy that I teach in the Steady Trade team for how to come up with realistic entries and exits on these big movers like ANPC. So check out the Steady Trade team and have a great day. Viru, ANPC, INSG, and probably 500 stocks. Dip and rips early, afternoon VWAP holds, just like every day since March, basically. It's the same approach. It's just the tickers change. But morning low float breakouts, afternoon quality stocks, above VWAP, repeat. And if we can repeat this until I'm 120, I will be a happy man. So, again, check out my personal Instagram at TBOHEN, and I'll be bringing the 12 days of Christmas. So, all right, have a great day. We'll see you next time.